Is he working with everybody? He's really for the street. He's for the streets. We're back again to play some games. We're back with Ikemen Sengoku, and last time I do not remember because it's been a while because we've been focusing on vampire. And we're finished with vampire now, for now. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media. It's all in the description below, and we can get started. It's all kind of a daze in my head. I sighed and looked down Nobunaga as he slept. He demanded I serve as his pillow again, falling asleep almost the moment he touched my lap. Don't he look uncomfortable? At least one of us is content with the way things are. I'll take this and be satisfied for tonight. There was a lingering heat on my forehead where he kissed me. I brushed his hair out from his face, careful to avoid his ears and neck. I liked it when he kissed me, and it felt natural. I still wished he kissed me on the lips. In fact, I wish he'd done a lot more. I knew that what burned inside me was more than just a physical need. It would have been all too easy and all too painful to put a name on what I was feeling. No, I couldn't. That just isn't happening. It would complicate things way too much. It's already been 2 months. I'll be going back soon. Everything here and everything that happened here will be out of reach forever, so it hurt too much to finish that thought. I need to think of something pleasant. I looked down at the face of the handsome man sleeping in my lap. Tonight, this was enough for me too. I woke up, feeling enveloped in warmth. Back up! Are you awake, Lauren? Nobunaga! Again? He was lying next to me in bed, chin resting in one hand. Of course, he had a smile on his face. If I wasn't awake before, I'm awake now. I noticed my hand was curled up in the fabric of his kimono. I let go immediately and sat up. Ugh, I fell asleep again, didn't I? You did. I can't believe this happened a second time. Well, pillow time is over, so I'm going back to my room. It's not morning yet. Sleep. He drew me into his arms, pulling me back under the futon. He kissed my forehead. It was absolutely a good morning kiss. Oh, no you don't. I'm ruling over my territory as I see fit. I claimed your forehead last night, remember? He was always talking about claiming me. If only we could have a real conversation about this. Yeah, well, let go before I have a peasant revolt. I think the peasants see me favorably. You were hugging me in your sleep. It was your collar. I was probably appreciating the fabric. That was me asleep. This is me awake. They're the same to me. We won't be interrupted this morning like before. The problem is... Sure. Being interrupted was only part of the problem. The main one is this. I pushed him away, but Nobunaga didn't want to budge. Be more specific. Boy, back up. Why are you so close to me? I know you got that morning breath. The part where I said I wouldn't sleep with you. Nobunaga, why do you keep doing this? Because I cannot sleep alone. Particularly because you're warm. I am warm. I'll give him that. You got that right. He carried me to his bed just because I'm warm? Does he just not have other words? Or is that all he thinks of me? My question spurred memories of the night when this bed had first begun. I would take no pleasure in using force, so I will have you willingly submit to me, piece by piece, until I've conquered you completely. If you don't agree, you won't get back in 3 months. I'll lock you deep in the dungeons of Azuchi and keep you there. And if I decide I'd rather be locked up in your dungeon, that would disappoint me. You were the first woman to refuse me or snap at me. I want you. He thought I was unusual because I didn't just obey him, but he wanted my submission. That's not happening. I want you to submit to me. Actually, is that still what he wants? If I asked him, would he even tell me? I looked back at Nobunaga, but I didn't see any easy answers in his expression. I only knew that lately he had a gentler look in his normally empty eyes. What is it? You want another kiss? No. That silenced him. I pushed myself away from him and out of the futon. Lauren, I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay here and get teased. I have work to do. Once I shut the door behind me, I breathed a sigh of relief. Like, get on my face. You're up early than expected. Mitsuhide? Mitsuhide was leaning against the wall, arms crossed like he had been waiting. You were eavesdropping? How long have you been there? Not long. Just enough to give you and Lord Nobunaga time to finish up whatever you two need to do. He was totally eavesdropping. That snake. Don't make it sound lewd. The only thing I was doing was getting out of there. Of course. Perfectly natural. Mitsuhide smiled and nodded. It was clear he was staying with his version of the events. But that smile reminded me. You've got to be aware of the rumors. People say you're the one who tried to assassinate Nobunaga at Honnoji. That's curious. You and I both know that Kenyo was the culprit. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Prove to me that you have nothing to do with this. Sometimes what looks like smoke is just fog. Hideyoshi really wants to believe that Mitsuhide won't betray them. Mitsuhide, about yesterday. He pressed a finger to my lips. I bristled, but listened to what he had to say. Forget what you heard. It's not important to me. Okay. It's not important to you, I mean. Forget what you heard, it's not important to you. Mr. Hide was smiling as he spoke. He walked past me towards the door. Hideyoshi's headache. You know, I had the wrong impression about you two. You're really concerned about him. My life would be a lot easier if I wasn't. I got Mr. Hide's sleeve before he could open the door. Alright, keep your secrets. Let me ask something else though. What is it? Do you hate Hideyoshi? Hate him? Mr. Hide grew quiet. He gave me a funny smile, rueful yet pleased. If you ever find someone immune to that charmer's wiles, make sure to introduce me. Well, wasn't that interesting? I've answered your question. Now go. Don't tell me what to do. Mr. Hide made a shooing motion before entering Nobunaga's room. Was that an honest smile on his face? Maybe he can be trusted after all. I hope so. I don't know. That night, I took my usual place in the audience chamber for War Council. I found it funny that even I had a usual place here at the end of the line of warlords. In 5 days, we assault the Kenshin Takada garrison castle. This is how I will deploy our forces. The men bowed, awaiting their commands. I cheated on my own bow, looking up at Nobunaga, majestic and dignified. It's been a while since I had a reminder of just how impressive a leader he is. I've already dealt with his scary side, and even recently, his strangely sweet one. I remember. Sorry, I just don't like flashbacks. That's too much editing. More editing for me. Are you awake, Lauren? When you sleep, do you want another kiss? Why am I thinking about that now of all times? I shook myself out of it and focused on what Nobunaga was saying. I will personally take command again. Masamune, Ieyasu, you two will join me. Yes, my lord. Lord Nobunaga, I would like to go as well. I have different orders for you, Hideyoshi. Hideyoshi firmed his expression. Mitsuhide informed me the garrison castle defenses are inadequate. 10,000 troops, along with Masamune and Ieyasu, should prove sufficient. So I want you and Mitsunari to find and root out Kenyo. I understand, my lord. But Hideyoshi was obviously disappointed. Speaking of Lord Mitsuhide, I notice he isn't present. Oh boy. Mitsuhide, where are you? We'll carry on without him. It's not the first time this has happened. All of you are to prepare quickly. What do you want me to do? I don't know. Rally the troops? Lead them into a corner? Use... I don't know. I don't know anything about war. Yes, my lord. Understood. Hideyoshi remained quiet, his mind obviously still on Mitsuhide. I knew he was there this morning. Where did he go? Finally, Lauren, what you want me to do? Teach the troops how to fight? Yes, my lord. I mean, yes. I stiffened up, surprised, not expecting to be called on. Mr. Nari should have told you already, but you'll be joining me in this battle. Do you have any objections? I don't care. At this point, I really don't care. You're gonna make me go anyway. Mr. Nari should have told you that. Do you have any objections? No, I have none. I only had a little time left in Sengoku. I want to spend that time with Nobunaga. If I don't resolve my feelings about him, I think I'll regret it. Just as Lauren made up her mind in another place. At an inn in a post town some distance from Azuchi, a secret meeting was taking place. My deepest gratitude for taking the time to see me, Lord Kenshin. Sasuke. Kenshin gave Mitsuhide a steely-eyed stare. Sasuke, sitting beside his lord, remained quiet and vigilant. I really like Kenshin's look. Cut the sweet talk. All I want to know is how the plan's going. Nobunaga's going to attack the castle with a small force, right? I confirmed this morning. Nobunaga is leading the troops himself. He's ready to extinguish the last remnants of the Isugi Takeda forces before they have a chance to prepare. It's a shame then that Kenyo, former abbot of Hangenji, is gathering men to come after Nobunaga. Regretfully, the Oda forces will not be able to devote their full numbers to the assault of the castle. They are sending a little less than 10,000 men. Nobunaga decided it's enough to attack a small, unfortified castle. And does he know we're ready for him? He doesn't have the slightest idea. Mitsuhide smiled, as though at a private amusement. Kenshin threw a glance Sasuke's way. Sasuke, confirm this. He's telling the truth. It matches the information I gathered at Azuchi. Why, Sasuke, did you sneak into Azuchi? I thought the castle was adequately defended against spies. You must be very talented. Not at all. I've got a long way to go. Sasuke bowed, unaffected by Mitsuhide's flattery. We'll lure Nobunaga to the castle, where I'll personally serve him his defeat. Everything's going according to plan. I suppose I should thank you for getting the Oda forces to move at just the right time. I don't deserve your kind words, Lord Kenshin. Wow. Still smiling, Mitsuhide bowed respectfully to Kenshin. Mitsuhide, if I may, there's something I want to ask you. You can ask me anything. I overheard a lot of things while I was at Azuchi, but there's one particular rumor that stood out. What rumor? That you were the real one behind the assassination attempt on Oda Nobunaga. Oh? That's the first I've heard of it. Mitsuhide assumed an expression of surprise. But it's the opinion of the Oda forces that he was attacked by Kenyo and his men, correct? You knew all that? What a talented ninja lord Kenshin has. Thank you. So, on to my question. Are you working with Kenyo? Is he working with everybody? He's really for the street. He's for the streets. He's for everybody. The people in town called you a kintsun, a trickster fox spirit. People say all kinds of rubbish. I don't pay attention to them. It wasn't an answer, but Mitsuhide stood up to go as if it had been. The Oda forces depart in 5 days. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going. Mitsuhide slipped out of the room. Kenshin and Sasuke waited until they were sure he was gone. Talking to him was like trying to catch the wind. Frowning, Kenshin reached for the sake on the table. He poured himself a cup and brought it to his lips. What do you think of him, Sasuke? Me? Well, he's right that people say all kinds of rubbish, but I'm with the townspeople. I think he's a fox in human skin. We're in agreement then. Kenshin's eyes crinkled in a smile. He elegantly drank the sake down. We're leaving already. The time came quicker than I thought. It was the day we marched to Isuki Castle. With my gear packed up, I walked to the front gate. It looked like a crowd of 10,000. Foot soldiers carrying spears, samurai on horsebacks, Masamune and Ieyasu at the head of it all. Hideyoshi and Mitsunari departing soon for their own mission. Were there to see us off. Hanging towards the back of the crowded gate, I patted my chest. I brought the smoke bomb and groundnut spikes Sasuke gave me. Hope I don't have to use them. I know it's dangerous, and that some of us could die, but I want all of us to come back to Azuchi together. I looked at all the gathered warriors, making that wish in my heart, when... Lauren. Nobunaga? Nobunaga on his horse rode up to me. He stopped and offered me his hand. Are you going? Get on. I'm all set. I placed my hand on his. Excellent. He lifted me up into the saddle. Here we go again. I sat side saddle for a moment, able to catch a glimpse at his smile. Listen carefully. Your life is mine, and I will protect it. Stay close. Mitsuhide. Mitsuhide, what are you planning? What is your goal? Are you working with everybody? Goodness gracious. Who are you loyal to? Like, what? So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my social media. It's always in the description below. And I will see you guys tomorrow with Havenless. Yeah. Bye-bye.